Hi there. So I thought I would like to do a little studio tour of my equipment here. So maybe the two people that may be interested in that, and I think these are my friends, might be interested in that. So yeah, let's see what we got. I decided to do this tour like the signal flows, so I will start with the instruments, then go to the amp things, amps, cabs, pedals, whatever, then in the end to my interfaces, to my DAW, and I think that would be it. So let's see what we got here. So here's my beautiful Kiesel Vader 8-string, which I use a lot for tapping stuff and leads and intricate intros and that kind of stuff. Right behind it there's my Kiesel Solo 6-string, which has a really classic touch to it. Yeah, also reversed headstock because I just love reversed headstocks. So here's my bass guitar that I'm using. It's an Ibanez BTB somewhat, I don't know, BTB 675 or something. It has Bartolini pickups, 3-band EQ, mid-range selector, it's a neck through actually. Very long scale, I'm not sure, 36 or something like this. So it's a 5-piece neck, quite nice thing. So so much for this bass guitar. And then here we have my other guitars. So there's the Kiesel Zeus 6-string with the poplar burl top, the red fretboard. Then there's this beautiful Crescent 8-string, which is actually on the Kiesel page where you can select, or where the specs are shown of the multi-scale 8-string Crescent model. So this is the guitar. I think Jeff Kiesel called it White Walker. My name for it is Cloud King. So this is this. And this is my newest addition to the Kiesel family. This is my Kiesel Vanquish Multi-Scale 7 in Tropic Satin with the thorium pickup in the bridge position. Yeah, matching headstock. So, and this was actually my first Kiesel guitar. This is a Aries Multi-Scale 6-string made from walnut with a beautiful aqua. I think it's I'm not sure. I think it's not a really caliburst. It's an aqua, trans aqua or something, over quilted maple with a bird's eye maple fretboard and a bird's eye maple headstock, because I wanted to match the headstock to the fretboard, not the body this time. So much for that. And then the signal goes, of course. So here's some Hercules stands and my super comfy Tama drum seat. So then here's my pedal board. I think I exchanged several effects on this board during the last 2 or 3 years, but now I think I have found my setup. So not really as the signal goes, but just to show you what we have here. There's a beautiful space-time analog delay from Pfahlbruch. It's made in Germany. I think it's a one-person company. Then we have the Interstellar Orbiter from Earthquaker. The Electro-Harmonix POG, Micro POG actually, which I use on the recent recording right now. Then we have the depths, so kind of vibrato-like pedal from Earthquaker. The Sentry as a noise gate. Then we have the Horizon Devices Precision Drive, my absolutely amazing Deep 6 compressor from Walrus Audio, highly recommended, as well as the OCD Overdrive from Fulltone, really gnarly, beautiful sound. Spatial delivery, which I use not too often because the effects are just too weird. So it's really an effect pedal, as the word says. So it's not very usable for standard things. Then we have the New Neighbor Seraphim Shimmer, which creates a beautiful shimmer. I've used that on the first song of my latest recording. No, of the latest recording. Yeah, of course. The Trinity reverb pedal from TC Electronic, and then I discovered this thing, the Coral Reef. It's from VFE Pedals. It's a Californian company, and this thing is much more than a standard chorus. It's hard to explain. Maybe you should just check some YouTube videos on that. Beautiful stuff that can be produced with that pedal. Then we have the Afterneath from Earthquaker, which is also used rarely because the effects are just too huge. And then this little pitch box from Moore, which I used maybe only once until now, but it's a nice to have thing. And then a little looper here, which are mostly used to record my ideas, so I don't forget them. So you can store them on, I think it's 11 storing spaces, so you can record them whenever you want and work on them. And then, last but not least, in the effects chain of the amp is my Moore Ocean Machine, which is a dual delay plus reverb pedal where you can really produce beautiful sound spaces, especially for cleans, of course. And this is for the effects. And there is also this Morley little alligator volume pedal here, which can be used perfectly for swells and for stuff like that. So these are my two amps. Using Kettner, I have this amp for several years now, the GRANDmeister 36, and I used the red box out of this amp for my first recording. Nowadays I'm working with this Engel Fireball, which has relentless power, I must say. And this goes, for practicing, this goes to my good old Marshall 4x12, let's say mini cab. It's, I think it's called Marshall 8412 blah 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 something. It's from 1991, so it's really, really old. But for practicing, this is perfect. And for recording, the signal goes from the Engel directly into my 2 notes torpedo, which I will show you in a minute. So this is my studio side of the room. My beautiful chair, which is very comfy, so you can put these things back to record the guitar. It's perfect. And as I saw, I forgot my most beautiful guitar. So this is the Kiesel Aries multi-scale 7-string guitar, which I use a lot in this purple gold color scheme. It also has the Kiesel, the acoustic system from Kiesel. So these are acoustic saddles with piezo pickup beneath them. So, but to follow the signal from the amp, I go actually in my 2 notes torpedo here. As you can see, currently I have a Friedman 30 cab IR running, which is only slightly tweaked, I guess. And from this 2 notes torpedo, I go directly into my PreSonus interface. This is a what is called Fire Studio project. It's not built anymore, so nowadays I think they have better products. Maybe I will switch this also to a Thunderbolt interface in the future, just to have less lag in the signal, because there is a little lag that I recognize when I record. So and the signal goes from there directly into my DAW. So, and my DAW is this beautiful thing. Maybe I have to show you the first side. So I'm using Studio One version 2. I think there's already a version 4 now, so this is quite old. This is Studio One 2, but the ease of the workflow and the options you have are amazing. There are at least 10 or 12 or maybe 15 things you even can't do with Pro Tools, and Pro Tools is maybe, I don't know, $700, and this here is, I don't know, 200 or something. So this is the full, the professional version. So you see I have several songs here in my song folder, and several projects in my projects folder. So project is let's say the albums that you are working on. It's the master suite, the mastering suite of the software, and songs, of course, are the songs. And up here I can switch between song and project. So currently I'm working on this song. Not very many tracks, but very beautiful. So some guitars, several guitars, bass, drums, some keyboard stuff, clean stuff, at least 4 tracks I think. Yeah, this is what I'm working with on my iMac, as you can see. Then I have this MIDI keyboard here. This is a Keystation 49 from M Audio. I use this mainly for of course keyboard and piano stuff, so I'm not using it very often for drum programming or stuff like that. I do that usually in the MIDI view of the drum editor. Yeah, this is my controller here, which is quite a cheap one. It's from Behringer or whatever the American or English pronunciation is. So I have here my my monitors, my monitors running. They go out of here, the signal. So the monitors are DIN audio. Oh no, I'm a bit fucked. I have no idea what DIN audio speakers these are, but they are very, very linear and very, very loud. So don't be fooled by the small size. And here I have my 2 pairs of headphones running out of there. So there's a biodynamic DT880 Pro. So they are open. I use these for mixing, and also for mixing as a second source. I have these AKG, whatever the model is, I have no idea. So also for mixing, because they are open on the back, so the sound is a bit more natural. And for recording, as you can see, I have these biodynamic DT770 Pro, which are plugged in directly into the interface just to have less lag during recording, so the signal don't has to run through several other machines until I hear it in my ears. So this is very direct. And I think that's it. The other stuff is just some strings here and strings there. Mostly Elixir, some NYXL stuff. This is my pick stuff here. Usually I'm using these Dunlop Tortex 3, so with a sharp point, Tortex 3 1.14, so these are rather thick ones. And the others I'm using since 25 years now, I guess, are these wedgies, which have this special embossed side on the one side, if you can see that, and this pressed inside on the other side, so you can really rest your thumb good. And there are these little knobs on here, and these are 1 millimeter, so these are a bit thinner. And I think this is